All right, all right. Good morning, good morning. So I want to show you really quick a pound JPY trade that I took starting on Tuesday with my intentional goal was a 1 to 3 risk to reward, 1 to 3 swing trade entered on the 4-hour time frame. Now, what I want to show you is how I was able to compound those wins using scalp trades during my swing trade. So quickly to identify real quick, just real basic. A scalp trade is typically something entered in on a low time frame, 1, 5, 15 minutes, and you're typically only in that trade for a few minutes or a couple hours. An intraday trade is typically something entered on a higher time frame, maybe a 1-hour time frame, and you're typically in that trade for a few hours, a couple days. And then a swing trade is something where you enter in a higher time frame, like a 4-hour or higher, and you're typically in that trade for a few days to even a couple weeks. Okay, so there's different styles of trading, and each one has a different associated stop loss, because you're trying to get in on those higher time frames, so your stop loss has to be bigger. So the strategy that I use is a combination of those both, right? And what this does is it allows me to focus on only one currency pair once my swing trade activates. Now, typically I do set order limits, so if we're looking at a sell order or a buy order, and just to initiate the trade in case it triggers while I'm sleeping, right? So this initial trade was, it was a trade call by Trader Society. Kudos to those guys. Now, I did not take that trade signal. I did not have it set. And so when I was in the morning on Tuesday, it was moving into that zone. I took a late entry compared to the signal because it looked good for me. Now, as you can see here, this is my swing trade. Okay, 1 to 3 was my target. And I just hit my TP. Okay. Now my entry was not great. I'm not going to switch the time frames, but what I was doing is getting it on a shark fin, it's called, which is a pattern down here on the TDI, which is an indicator. Well, anyway, it wasn't a closed shark fin. There was news that morning. So the pound was pushing really, 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 really hard. So anyway, as you can see, this thing almost hit my stop loss. I mean, I came a few pips away, like 25, like, man, really close to hit my stop loss, right? But anyway, once I got into this trade, now I'm on the 5-minute time frame here because I was using scalps along the way. And so same strategy. I was using a shark fin on the TDI. So here's a trade. I'm not going to really blow this up too much because I don't want to get crazy with the charts here. But, this was my first scalp trade in this. Again, I use trend lines. I use all kinds of moving averages and things like that. But again, I'm already in this trade. I took a scalp trade, so I got a quick, 2.39, right? And these are all 1 to 2, 1 to 3 risk reward ratio. So I'm always risking 1%. So right there, we've bagged 2.39%. And again, I got in on this little mini shark fin. I call it a baby shark fin. And you can see I almost got stopped out. On my scalps, I typically use a 10 pip stop loss, nice tight stop loss, so I can get a really good risk to return with my calculated lot size. So further down, I had a trend line, I had a moving average, and I had a shark fin. So I caught one here in this channel. Here's another, 2.57%. And again, this happened I was in this trade 555. It hit my take profit at 7. Now, I set my take profit at the bottom of structure here, guys, right? So I know it's set. I set this thing and forget it. Like if it hits, it hits. If it doesn't, I lost 1%, right? I'm not going to sit there and babysit this. I'm not going to watch it. So I don't have that emotional, that emotional impact where I maybe, close out early or what have you. So again, this thing hit the bottom of that channel. It came up again, and I had a trend line going here. But that moving average is here, and I saw this thing push up. Now I'm going to put on my Bollinger Bands really quick, the other indicator that I use, because I do use these when my scalping, right? So here's what I saw. I have a trend line, the Bollinger Bands right above them at the top of that channel. So again, I'm just going to make my chart a little bit bigger so you can kind of see these moves here, guys. Okay. So again, real quick scalp. I'm in there only for a few minutes, and that's a 3.7% trade right there. And again, because I know the direction of the trade, I know where my ultimate TP is. Now, yes, could I have carried these and try and get bigger, returns? But honestly, guys, I'm out on these scalps. Now, here was another one, rose above my 50 my 50 moving average here. which tells me, you know, and again, price is way above. So I have a little bit of a, you know, hidden divergence here. So I know this is going to snap back. So I set my price on an order right on this, you know, bottom Bollinger, this middle Bollinger band. Because I figured if it gets up there, it's going to snap back. And sure enough, it went up, wicked up, touched, initiated trade, and literally fell off a cliff. Then again, that's another 5.47%. Again, these are all 1% risk trades, guys. So what I'm doing, I trade my live account and then I use Social Trader to put $100,000 accounts, you know, piggybacked on this. So again, I'm looking at a small live account and I've got big ones behind this. So I'm going to do the math for you so you guys can see this. All right. And then here's another scalp we caught. Again, this was at night. All right. So I set this bottom of structure here. But the good thing is I woke up and saw this trade happening. So I was able to get some more out of it. But anyway, when I'm going to sleep, I give myself a little bit more room, right? So I actually set a 15 pip stop loss here. Good thing, guys, because this thing came up, hit this trend line. Now, some of these trend lines were set on the daily. So this trend line's like, you know, been playing out for months and months. Well, anyway, you can see how almost exact this trend line is. So anyway, this trade came down. Here's another 3.36%. And I captured this one this morning. And again, this hit my final TP here, guys, on my swing trade. My original target was 162,000, but I didn't want to miss it, right? I didn't want to miss it. So I did set my stop loss down here. And what I did was when I saw this shark fin, this bullish shark fin forming here, that was my exit. Yeah, I left a little bit on the table, but this is when I closed out on my swing. So I got my 3% on my swing and I got this one. And then again, I set this one before here, guys. I had this awesome trend line, right? Got a little baby shark fin. So this is a trade that's actually happening right now, real time that I set. Again, I'm coming down this 50 moving average here. They got a lot of chop in here. There's some resistance, you know, expect a little bit of a retracement here. But guys, I think this is going to come down and hit another one. Again, shooting for a 1 to 3 here. This is real time. You're seeing it happen. I set that off of that trend line and holy shit. Man, it went up and touched it. Again, Bollinger Bands. I'm at the third Bollinger Band, so I know this is going to come back. And I had that baby shark fin on the 5-minute. I'll take that trade all day long. Let's go. All right, guys. So again, this trade is still running. I'm not even counting that. But again, this one pair here, guys, really quick. Here's the totals. I didn't do this ahead. I did this real time to show you how I did this. So we got 2.39% plus 2.4 plus 2.5 plus 3.8 plus 5.4 plus 3.3 plus 3.09 equals. So guys, here it is. One trade, 2 days, using the exact same Trader Society strategy, the shark fin strategy, using divergence, hidden divergence, moving averages, and the Bollinger Bands. Guys, I just showed you how to take a swing trade, a 1 to 3 swing trade, and in the same time frame, watching the same pair, turn that into a 20% overall win in your portfolio. So those $100,000 accounts that we have stacked, each one of those, $20,000 in profit, and 75% of that comes back to the bank, 90 in the one account. So guys, huge trade, watching one. And guys, this is how I did it. Special thanks to the guys at Trader Society. Again, this is shit. I just moved my stuff. This is their strategy, guys. I just learned it. I just moved my chart. God damn, I have to adjust that. But anyway, you're seeing it play out, guys. Here, there's a live trade. You're seeing what's happening. You're seeing what I see. So that's it, guys. This is how I took a 1 to 3 swing trade in 2 days and turned it into 20% overall rate of return on the portfolio, guys. Blessed and grateful. Love you. We will absolutely see you on the next one. If I know how to pause this damn thing. How do I stop it? There we go.